Now, this is one of the key discoveries I want you to make. And I want you to make this quickly. So the next event you go to, find an appropriate time where people are starting to look for other people to talk to. Don't worry, you're not going to be wasting much time here. This is well worth investing 5, 10, even 15 minutes to observe the level of communication skills in the average person at a business event. Now let me just underscore this for you guys, okay? We are hardwired in our DNA to care for one person, and that is me. Your favourite subject is you, and your interests, and your pain, and your problems, and your past, and your future, and your story. That is your favourite subject. When you wake up in the morning and you go, oh, I'm here again. It starts. Me, my life, my problems, my children, my routine, my money, my relationships, my romance, my absence of romance, my everything. It continues almost all day until you put your head on the pillow at night, and then it's, what have I got to worry about? No, I'll do that tomorrow. It's all me. That's how we're hardwired. We can only practice against it. We can only engage in daily activity and disciplined, consistent practice against it to be interested in others, because we only become interesting when we are interested in others. And people are not interested in me and my past, or you and your past. And they're not interested in me and my pain, or you and your pain. At business events, people are interested in them and their pain. They're interested in selling their stuff, and they're interested in doing so as quickly as possible and getting the hell out of there. Okay? The whole thing, for many people, is intensely uncomfortable. Just stand back. Stand back from the coffee area, watch people as they go and get coffee, and begin to start the conversation. And you'll notice that very often the dreaded, the deadly, the killer, the worst thing ever to ask in an event is, so what do you do? Now you've got the antidote to what do you do already in discovery number 2 with the generator I've given you for how to introduce yourself. And that's all about what do you do, and you introduce what you do in terms of how you solve others' problems, and then you qualify the person you're listening to by saying, is that something that's a concern to you in your business? And you then start to show interest in them. But what you will observe, take this 10-15 minutes and listen, and what you will observe is, what do you do? And then all the silly answers that come from that. I'm a CEO, I'm a multi-million-dollar investor, I'm a chief galactic warlord of C57 Enterprises. It's all about me. It's not about what they do and cause for others and what problems they solve for others. And that is why you are armed with far more explosive answers and attractive, compelling answers than anybody else at events already. So watch out for the what do you do. Then listen to conversations, and what you will observe is that if somebody is talking for, as they often do, several minutes, what they'll be doing is they'll be using one word more than any other, and that one word is I. And I think, and I feel, and I believe, and I this, and I that, and I the other. And watch, as you're listening to that, watch the other person. Watch the person stood in front of them. The person who could be an investor, could be a buyer, could be a promising, lucrative, long-term business acquaintance, partner. Watch the body language. Watch them start to lose interest, and often the will to live. Watch them start looking over the shoulder of the person who's talking about I and me and me and me, looking over the shoulder for a better deal, or even eyeing up the attractive man who's serving the coffee, or the rather attractive lady who's in the conversation next to them. and just watch their conversation, their concentration going, and they're looking for exit signs and even security guards. They can't wait to get the hell out of there. There are so many more things you will notice, but what it will do is it will encourage you that you already have, through our training, our coaching, a far higher level of communication that gets people interested in you. Because if you want to be interesting, you show an interest in others. Yes? And also people's names. So already so far I've shown you discovery number one, how to strike up a conversation by asking about, what are your goals for today? What made you come along today? What are you hoping to achieve today? Yes, and then you can get into it. And then at some point there's oh, well, let me introduce myself. Or my name is Paul, by the way. Lovely to meet you. And you are? So you give your name first, triggers reciprocity. They give their name. And then you say, great, and what are your goals for the day? Rather than what do you do? And they will tell you what the goals for the day. And you say, oh, right, so you're an estate agent. Terrific. Whereabouts your business? Okay, and then you start to look for pain. Search for pain. When you find pain, right, I'm sorry, I'm just going to backtrack slightly. When you get their name, say it back to them. So when they say, James, you say, James. Shake their hand, look them in the eye and say, James. And remember their name. What's the most beautiful word in any language? Your own name. And use their name. Not every sentence, but sprinkle it into the conversation. Yes? So, James, tell me, what's the number one thing that you're hoping to achieve today? That if today's a success, that you would have got that. What does that look like to you? Yeah, and if you don't get that, where does that leave you, James? Use their name. Never get to the stage saying, so what was your name again? It's the worst thing you can ever ask. Remember people's names. Then you look for pain. You start searching for pain. So tell me about your business. Great. How many years have you been established? Fantastic. Fantastic. Excellent. And has it given you a good life? Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. So what compelled you to come to today? What are your goals for today? Okay. All right. And what challenges are you facing that you're hoping those things will solve? Right. How long have you been facing those challenges? Okay. All right. If I had any ideas on how you could maybe resolve some of those challenges, would it be worth us? Then you found the pain, you found the nature of the pain, you found what happens if they don't solve the pain, and then you're going for the soft close, which is, if I had any ideas on how I might be able to help, or point you in the right direction, or give you some ideas to solve that, would it be worth us maybe swapping a WhatsApp or a number, or maybe even using technology and having a Zoom call as if we're having a coffee together? Would that be worth it? Just go for a soft test close when you've found enough pain. You will not observe people searching for pain. You will observe people talking about them and their past. And then when people, here's another one, when people are apparently, allegedly listening. So somebody's talking and they're saying me, 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 and the other one, who is standing and making all the right noises and body language as if they're, what they're actually doing is either trying to get the hell out of there, waiting for an opportune moment to do so, or they're simply rehearsing in their own head what they're going to say when the other person has finished talking about themselves. That's the way most conversations go. Yes? Your conversations are, you listen to the other person with the intent not to respond, but with the intent of understanding them, because one of the most crucial human basic needs is we want desperately to be empathically understood. We want to be understood. We don't always even expect all our problems to be solved. We just want to be understood. So your first goal is to ask questions that, when they're telling you the answers, the problems, the frustrations, the reasons they're there, their motives, their hopes, you've got their name, you listen, you take a note of them, and you listen with the intent to understand. And then you say, yes, I understand, that must be frustrating. I know other people who've suffered from that. And what solutions have you tried so far to solve that haven't worked? It's been going on a long time. So, you know, it might be worth us having a chat sometime. I might have some ideas for you. Just some ideas. Let's maybe, would it be a good idea to have a call sometime? Let's exchange our numbers and maybe use a bit of technology, get on a Zoom call and have a chat. That'd be a good idea. So you can do that in a few minutes. Unless you find pain, leave them, walk away. If there is no pain, there is no desire. Okay? So use that exercise. Take 10-15 minutes. Watch what other people are doing. Watch the horrific mistakes they're making. Everybody is hardwired, even the most eloquent, successful business people, right? They have to practice really hard to be interested in others, because we're all hardwired to be interested only in us. So watch others, which will reinforce to you that you have to be interesting by showing interest in others. Use the conversation starting strategies I've given you. Use how to introduce yourself with your elevator pitch in the way of how you solve problems for a certain kind of person. Ask them if that's something that is a frustration in their business or their life. Then inquire into the nature of that frustration, its history, what happened, what are the goals today, how have they tried to solve it, what happens if they don't solve it. If they don't have any answers, offer a discussion. You are not selling product, you are not selling the growth, you are not selling an investment, you are selling a further discussion. It's quick. The close, usually the close of a sale is you take money, you agree a contract, you shake hands, the deal's done. In this scenario, an event, the close is an agreement for a firm next discussion at a certain time, on a given date, by a certain technology. Not, I'll give you a call sometime, because that is nothing. That's zero. Okay? So use this to reinforce to you the importance of what I'm teaching you, but also use it to remind you and encourage you how far ahead you are already through this coaching, through this development, through what we're doing here in this program, and to encourage you that you already are at a much higher level of communication, because you're realizing that it's about others. And we get what we want. As Zig Ziglar said, if you want something in this world, help somebody else get what they want. You can have anything in this world you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. Do that exercise. Stand back with your coffee, pretend to be on your phone or something, watch and listen and spot the horrendous levels of communication, salesmanship and persuasion that is not going on. It's terrible. And then you can turn on all of these strategies and you can work that room, you can own that room, and you can dominate, and you can create opportunities with people, find their pain, make appointments, and have a diary full of conversations set, Zoom conversations set. You make a note, you say, just let me take a note again, James, of what we've discussed. We're going to have a conversation at such and such, or do it into your phone. So you say, right, I'll just record into my phone, James, or make a conversation by Zoom with James, challenges in his business of this, 10:30, confirmed by email. Your email again, James, is jamesmetcalf@cfsholdings.com. Right, lovely, James, that's terrific. James, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you. I hope you get what you want from the day, and I look forward to our conversation on Wednesday morning at 10:30 on Zoom. It'll be great. Lovely talking with you. And that's it. There's the interaction. Master it, because nobody else has got it mastered. Okay, guys? See you again shortly.